Fire Emblem Engage is the latest entry in Nintendo's long-running turn-based tactical RPG series. While veterans of the franchise probably know exactly what they're getting into, there are some good habits to keep in mind as well. Engage changes quite a bit in terms of mechanics that happen outside of each game. While the social aspect of Fire Emblem Engage isn't as important as Fire Emblem Three Houses, some of the activities you do outside of battle are still important and can improve your combatant's abilities in your next encounter. With the number of possible Engage games, you'll always want to be on top of your game. After completing the entire Fire Emblem campaign, we've compiled 8 top tips to keep in mind as you embark on your long journey across lands, building armies and defeating fallen dragons. Always take care of the battlefield after the battle. After each tactical battle, you have the opportunity to walk around the environment and enjoy the splendor of the place you just looked at for half an hour. You can chat with your teammates and get tape shards, but that's not the point because they have very little dialogue and you get all the tape shards. It is important to collect all items and adopt all animals. Items include additional binding shards, ingots for weapon upgrades, and food for crafting recipes. Animals are important for producing rare food at your base camp in Somniel. Visit Somniel after each match. There are many battles in Fire Emblem Engage, and it can be tiring to go to Somniel to do your tasks after each battle, but it is important to have your army equipped and ready for the next battle, especially in the beginning. At the very least, you should collect all the items that respawn around the map, cook a meal to boost your support for some teammates, and train your fighters in the arena. Other activities are less important, but if you get motivated to do everything you can do in Somniel after the battle. 1. Collect items that appear on the map after each battle, especially around orchards, farms, and caves. 2. Increase your strength and fitness minigames and give Alara a stat boost for the next battle. Higher difficulty brings better rewards. 3. Train your troops in mock battles in the arena for extra experience points. 4. Polish your badge ring in the ring room. This will increase the bond between your emblem and your chosen character. The advantage is small, but it can help a lot in the early game. Later on, increasing your bonds by fighting badges in the arena can be a more efficient use of your time. It's also a little weird. 5. Make a meal and share it with the other 2 characters to increase attributes for the next battle, improve everyone's social level, and get medium intensity healing props for the next battle. Note: try to follow the character's taste for maximum benefit. It's also important to try to make sure the chef on call is an expert in the food you're cooking. Otherwise, you risk a temporary debuff in the next match. 6. Get rid of support and bonding dialogue between your characters and badges so they can continue to grow. You can quickly access them from the menu greater than reference greater than support, integration. 7. Go fishing. Each fish you catch gives you binding shards and cooking ingredients, and some fish give extra shards. Initially, you will have 3 attempts to use the base lane. As the story goes, better fishing rods can be bought at the flea market. 8. Feed and pet Somniel's adorable mascot Finland. Increasing his affinity will give you a better advantage in mini-games like fishing or strength training. 9. Continue to the Wyvern Ride. It's a shooting minigame you'll access mid-story and will reward you with tape shards and consumables to use on the battlefield. Higher difficulty brings better rewards. 10. Redeem your achievements from the bulletin board. You'll passively score achievements to progress through the story and perform feats in battle. These are paid for in binding snippets, but must be manually collected from the bulletin board. Don't forget them. We did it. 11. Sleep in your room. It doesn't have any obvious benefits, but you do get a custom wake-up call from a different character each time. It's just a pickup service, but some are fun. Always pay attention to what weapons your character is equipped with. During combat, remember that your character can carry different weapons to suit different scenarios. Weapons for different ranges, weapons that are effective against armor or cavalry units, weapons that smash and knock back enemies, etc. However, it's important to remember that you can only equip one at a time, and that the weapon you equip at the end of your turn is the one you'll be fighting with. If you're not actively attacking, it's worth equipping the best weapon for a potential counterattack at the end of your turn, given the enemies around you. For example, if you have an archer and you're moving against melee units on the battlefield, you can equip a mini-bow at the end of your turn to counterattack at close range. A regular bow will leave you with no choice. Save your gold for donation. Gold is a very rare resource in Fire Emblem Engage, and after playing through the entire game, we think it's best to invest it in donations to countries, which will increase the yield of the resources you get when you encounter these areas and give you the opportunity to adopt different animals. This can be done using message boards. Play games online to increase your income. Fire Emblem Engage is a passive online feature. As in single-player games, the game spawns buffs based on where other players kill other enemies or land in combat. They come in two forms. The purple aura represents a fallen hero, and completing a turn will give you a weapon of some sort. Yellow halos represent fallen enemies, and finishing your turn with one of these will give you link fragments or experience for your unit. They can be very useful, especially in the early game when new weapons for your troops are harder to come by and gaining experience is much more important. You save yourself a lot of gold because you don't have to buy basic equipment from merchants. Remember to sell your weapons. Fire Emblem Engage is low on gold. However, if you followed the tips above, you'll probably be swimming in basic gear mid-game, so it's important to remember to sell them at Somniel's weapon shop to increase your gold reserves. Spend them on state donations, or buy large assets. Power weapons to better equip your most important troops. And healing wands, don't forget them, the best strategy for inheriting heraldry skills. When your character reaches level 5 with the badge link, they will unlock the ability to permanently inherit one of their traits. But while it can be tempting to inherit skills from your badge early in the game, it's better to wait until it's over. Legacy traits require SP, which is slowly accumulated during battles by winning individual battles. Also, each character can only equip 2 genetic traits. Some of the most powerful and game-changing abilities come later in the game when the bond between your character and emblem is stronger, but they also cost quite a bit of SP. It's best to keep those stronger skills in SP so you can afford them when they come up so you don't have to work so hard to inherit them. If you choose the latter, you may have to do a lot of side battles or wait until the end of the main campaign if you let things take their course. FYI, the most exciting and powerful skills require 2000 SP, while some skills may require 5000 SP. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and support my channel.